Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Seven Sagas and their recent release of Medjay, Secrets Beneath the Sand. This is a larger-than-life Monster Hunter tabletop role-playing game where you get to unravel the mysteries beneath the sands of ancient Egypt and confront the hazards, the dangers, the enemies from within and from without, from beyond the stars perhaps. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by Gates of Krystalia. This is a card-driven isekai style tabletop role-playing game. It is available in 6 languages, and they have recently released the Last Deux advanced rulebook. This expansion adds so many things to the game: information on the setting, on the character development, isekai tropes such as the school trip, the beach trip, romance. You also have solo rules to play it as a solo or co-op experience without a game master. Definitely check it out. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by pt2 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop RPG where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products and check out their recent release of Final Frontier. This is a streamlined sci-fi tabletop role-playing game where you get to explore space for justice, for profit, for both. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, I am continuing my review series of... Oh, a moment please, the screen is taking a bit of time to load. Here it is. Titans of Fallen Earth. If you haven't seen part 1 of my review series featuring this Mecha vs Kaiju tabletop role-playing game, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to start talking about the setting. And it is a high-tech post-apocalyptic setting. It was the end of a decade, an era of wealth, technology, and music, a decade of world-altering events that mankind would remember forever. Earth marched with hope towards a brighter future, a brighter lifestyle, until they came. It started with huge earthquakes that rattled the northern hemisphere, tremors the likes of which geologists had never seen before. In a hurricane of volcanic steam and smoke, ejected by millions of tons of molten permafrost, the first titans awoke. Monsters. And with a crashing roar, the behemoths lumbered towards the continent's heart. They resembled ancient prehistoric beasts with rigid spines, crushing jaws, and talons the size of cars. They wrecked everything. Countless millions lay dead before humanity could muster even a semblance of a counterattack, and the news spread quickly that more strange monsters had surfaced from the glaciers and snow caps of every continent. The Japanese called them kaiju, strange beasts, a label that resonated with the public as it invoked images of science gone wrong and somber black and white tales of nuclear terror. But these nightmares weren't just bad dreams. As the Titans left entire regions behind as smoldering ruins, the full might of every modern government on Earth responded with the best forces they could command. Rows upon rows of state-of-the-art armored vehicles, tanks, and attack helicopters But this was not enough. Even worse, Earth's defenders quickly learned that the Titans were powered by some kind of alien effervescence, a glowing miasma that erupted from kaiju corpses wherever they fell, like radioactive fallout. Scientists dubbed the resulting particle of this energy, this strange contamination, the trace, or terrestrial radionuclidic contaminating energy. Slowly but surely, the survivors of burnt and blasted cities were ushered into concrete bunkers, massive fallout shelters, and secret caverns. It was obvious that this new type of contamination or energy began to transform things slowly. Any human exposed to this particle succumbed violently within moments. The symptoms began as a slow transformation. The infection was easy to spot, but the modification into grotesque inhuman creatures, losing their minds in the process, was a painfully slow process. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we are going to continue talking about the setting, specifically about fighting back. The setting is bleak, but what I like is that it is also action-packed. There is a quality of vibrancy, of energy, of not giving up against these calamities. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. By the way, bookmarks have recently been added to this document. I criticized that as a flaw in part 1, but they have been added. So that is great. That is good to know. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, this has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar. See you later.